Hello and welcome. LinkedIn Live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope. Pretty sure I got all the platforms. Hope you had a great week. Just wanted to kind of kick off the weekend. It's a long weekend. Hopefully you had a great start. Wait a minute. Great start to your new year. That's really what I wanted to say. Obviously, I got the quarantine beard, a little bit of that quarantine hair, and I certainly hope that you have an excellent weekend. Just want to do a quick live stream to talk about Mahan. So this is a bit of an impromptu book review. Let me tell you the background story to this book. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Frank Lavinia, and you can find me at any number of places on the internet. franksworld.com, datadriven.tv, Impact Quantum. You can also find me on Twitter, although I am less on social media these days than before, but I always try to respond to posts at Frank Diggs Data. Just got off the phone with a long all-day meeting. Then I followed up with a quick discussion about Andy, about our secret project. Our secret project now is a code name, and the code name is Project Ringgate. So if you're a fan of The Expanse or the books, it's Project Ringgate is what we're calling it. But today, I'm not here to talk about my secret projects. I'm here to talk about Mahan. So this is internally in the Microsoft MTC community. This is referred to as just the Mahan book or just simply Mahan. And the title of the book is Let's Get Real or Not Play. Ultimately, it stems from Mr. Mahan Khalsa and Randy Illig, who had a consulting business, and this was kind of their technology consulting business, and they had this whole process for how to optimize operations, sales and operations and conversions. That's basically what it is, and some of it's really good because they would talk about it's very fascinating to read this book. I had to read it for training. I actually also listened to the audiobook as well. And what's really interesting is that if you're talking or you're pitching a technology project, right, whether it's data, whether it's any other kind of technology project, there's a lot of questions that often go unasked because people are afraid, right? So one of the core tenets of this is no assumptions, no unanswered questions. And there's a whole bit here about kind of he doesn't call discovery, right? Or so the idea that you basically have these intensive interview type scenarios where when you're starting a project, what about this? What about that? What about that? What about this? Have you thought about this? Like these kind of like really intensive planning sessions and whatnot. And then what you do is, in part of that, you kind of make note of what he calls yellow lights and green lights, right? So green lights, there's no problems. Red lights are obviously stoppers, but yellow lights are also points of concern. And I really like this. Now, specifically speaking, it's not really specific to technology, but in my experience, that's how I've used it. It is a really good book. I can't recommend it enough. It definitely provides a kind of a framework and a process to which you can kind of plan out projects, right? So we use this all the time in my job, where when we have an event or we have a discussion with a customer, we usually have a couple of pre-calls. Now, a lot of the pushbacks is, why do we have to have so many planning calls for another call? One of the big tenets of this is that it's best to spend 30 minutes working out an agenda and working out a consensus than spending 8 hours of wasting people's time. I think we've all been in those meetings where clearly it could have been an email, or it just didn't really serve the mark or serve what it needed to do. This is a framework that helps prevent that, and it's a fascinating read. I mean, it's definitely changed the way I look at projects and project management, and which is something no one really gets excited about, but they should at least have some excitement about it, right? So that's it. That's it for me. I recommend this book. Love to have the author on. Maybe I can one day have the clout to do that. But just wanted to do a live stream and kind of talk. And if there's any questions, please let me know. One of the other things I found out was not only, so this returns to the Patrick Bet-David book, which is Doing the Impossible. So not only does he have a workbook type fields inside of the printed book, there's actually a downloadable PDF. So I stand corrected. So yeah, that's all I got. I'm super excited about the secret project, Project Ringgate, which has a real name, but now we just have a cool thing. Hopefully we'll be talking more about that soon. There's still some stuff that we got to work out. If you're interested and you want to know more, hit me up in the comments. And with that, I want to wish you a great weekend. Maybe I'll stream later. Maybe I'll use that setup I keep talking about I'm going to use. Have a great weekend, folks. I'll probably stream over the weekend too. So just in case you just can't get enough, which sounds hilarious as I say it. Maybe I'll get a haircut and I can ditch the quarantine hair. Thanks for watching.